The most spectacular and scenic venue in all of college football and perhaps in all of sports. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena, also home to the UCLA Bruins. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 20. So UCLA's offense will have the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Hey, get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman McNeil used to.
Okay, a good pull. Freeman McNeil, I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. With the catch, it's DeMarco. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. He's got him, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Bruins will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. 2nd and goal coming up. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes with the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So Texas A&M's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Slips through the line. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Man, who says you can't run the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Now on 1st down from the 28. Looking to move it through the air. The sure hands, it's Stoneburner. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the 1st down yardage.
Stop me when you've heard this before. 1st down. 1st down. 1st down. Just continuing to put 1st downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead's extended a little further. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Handoff from the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. 3rd and short. They've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Coming after it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Grab behind the line. It's DeMarco. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. Grab behind the line. It's DeMarco. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He fires it out to the right. And that one is picked off in the end zone. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Brian.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Texas A&M going quickly. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Got his man quickly. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
Off the play fake. Pressure coming. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap in a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense. You got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football. You want to be in the mix. Find those big defensive linemen that can make plays.
And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Now the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Working on the right. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll run the option. Quick toss. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Caught behind the line. It's stopped. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. And the Bruins are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
The give to the back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Bruins have it in scoring position on first and goal. Wide out in motion. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bruins! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they've pushed the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
On third down, going up top. A little screen to the running back. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. And the defense gets to the quarterback. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Texas A&M going up tempo. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one.
Looking for a deep man. And he reels it in inside the 30. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. First and 10 from the 31. Quarterback checking the play. Comes out throwing on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll take another shot here. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return if the kickoff goes out of bounds. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. First down here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. He makes a catch. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. On second down, he's looking downfield. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. This is a third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Another incompletion on third down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The kickoff team out there and ready to go.
UCLA, 24, 0.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we go because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line, a mere 3 feet from a pick six. This will make the offensive coordinator's life easier, taking over first and goal. Touchdown, Bruins! And the beatdown has ensued. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Texas A&M, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Gets it out fast.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom. Stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Got his man on the outside.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, and let him make some catches and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Touchdown, Aggie! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Number 80.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Ball is free. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. And the Bruins in the hurry up.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Wants to fire on second down. Working the middle, it's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the offense. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA! And the pummeling has started. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes UCLA 38. Texas A&M.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner goes down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back to. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on first and goal. Strikes the blow. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Lining up for the PAT. Right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. USC found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat, something this program has done time and time again inside the Coliseum. Fight on, and the men of Troy will do just that. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, no, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that in the end zone, making a huge play.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Hold it, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. Sends it downfield. He's got it down the left side. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on second down. Takes the handoff. It's DeMarco. At the 15, he's loose. Oh, look out. There he goes. The 40. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown, Bruins. And the route is on. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. One final play before the end of the quarter. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Siegel. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
And you can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The inside handoff. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Unloads to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Petty. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Makes the grab. Touchdown, UCLA. And the punishment has been extended. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that lead.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback. I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all...
Fires into traffic, intercepted.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Crossing the 30, he's got a lane. And they're able to get him down. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Bruins are in the hurry-up. Try to get it on the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Try to barge their way in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Just one of those mistakes that can't happen if the kickoff goes out of bounds. The field's about 53 yards wide. You got to kick it between those sidelines or else you draw the flag. Dropping back, it's Seagal. He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
He turns it loose to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Bruin! And the stomping has commenced. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
That last completion sets them up on second down. Feeling some heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Back to throw, it's Siegel. He's taking a deep shot. Fires into traffic, picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Now rolling to the left. Unleashes it on the run. And he makes the catch at the 25. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. That last big play has them in business just outside. Unleashes one deep. and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On second down, looking to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's moving out of the pocket. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Finds him out of the backfield. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.